My mother wanted me to be a nurse. And for a season, I was on that path, working towards becoming a nurse anesthetist. And then life redirected me. And looking back, that redirection was the most important yes of my life because what got removed made room for something neither of us could have seen. I'm Max, and welcome to the Max Code on the Self Unlocked. Let's get into it. Today, I want to talk about your desires, the real ones, not the ones that make sense on paper, the ones you have never fully given yourself permission to follow. But first, let me tell you how that redirection started. My mother built her life in the medical field. And like any good parent, she wanted to use what she built to give me a head start. So she wanted me in the nursing field. And being a nurse anesthetist felt like something I could work towards. But what I know now is this: a desire placed in you is not a distraction, it is a direction. And sometimes the most loving thing life can do is remove that path that was never yours. So I started my business, and my mom was worried, understandably, because she had spent decades in a stable career. And here I was, walking away from all of that. But even in her worry, I had already made up my mind. I was going to do this. And not because I had a perfect plan, not because I could guarantee the outcome, but because this desire felt mine in a way that nursing never did. And in that moment, I stopped needing to explain that or justify it to anyone, including myself. Because I want to was enough. And that knowing became the foundation for everything that followed. I built the business from it, but I didn't stop there. I became a photographer because I want to. I create music because I want to. I film because I want to. Same reason every time, because I wanted to. And the more I honored that, without explanation, the more I began to see that my desires were never random. They were connected. There were seasons where the path was clear and seasons where I was just moving on faith. But I kept building. And somewhere in that process, I became someone I recognized, someone I had chosen. And my mother did something that surprised me. She started a business from her own passion, and, and she was doing well. But she had some blind spots. And those blind spots just happened to be my strengths. So we partnered, mother and son, in business together. Something neither of us could have planned or predicted or seen coming from the beginning of that story. And then one day we wrapped the meeting, her, me, members of her staff, and she stopped, looked at me, and said, and I quote, "Son, you did not become the nurse I wanted you to be. But this is so much better. It brings me joy." End quote. My heart was full. Because in that moment, I understood something completely. The desire she once questioned became the exact thing that made me an asset to her dream. The path she worried about was the exact path that brought us together in a way neither of us could have imagined. And that is what happens when you honor your desires. Not everyone will understand them, and sometimes you won't either, but you follow them anyways, because you are divinely supported even when you cannot see where it is all going. I'm here to tell you that your desires are not random. They are not accidents. They are not distractions from a more serious life. They are your spiritual DNA, because the same God who designed an entire self-sustaining world placed something specific inside of you on purpose. And that something is waiting for you to take action, because you want to is enough. And that has always been enough. But that moment with my mother, I did not plan it. It was the result of following something I could not fully explain. And that is what this looks like over time. But here's what I didn't tell you. The desires I followed did not just change my life. They changed how I see myself. And that shift from someone who needed permission to someone who gave it to himself is the deepest unlock of them all. Click this video and let's keep going. I'll see you there. Max out.